Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Friday night and it's live from Nick's Garage once again. Thanks for coming back to join us here at the shop. It's going to be our second live show of June, which is a little unusual. We did a special live last week. Hope that everybody caught it. Well, not last week, last weekend. And now let's go catch up with Nick. See what the boy's up to. Here's our message for the week. No stress. Oh, there's Nick. Let's go say hi.
Alpine White, 1970. 71 is J? I'm not so sure. It could be. Welcome to my viewers. It's Friday night live from Nick's Garage, and I'm your host, Nick. You're all probably saying, what am I doing here standing or sitting right beside my Hemi, having a cup of coffee? Well, you know what? I'll tell you what, you guys. This is my passion. This is my love. This is what I like building. You know, like people are telling me, Nick, you build an engine? Where's the car to it? I don't have a car for it. Even though I just sit here looking at it, even though it's not running. Yes, we had it running on the dyno. Everything went well. It looks great. You know, I've taken it to the Motorama show. I had it at a show here. We had it at the barbecue here in the shop. And I can't believe how many people have taken pictures of this thing. You know, it's not common. You go to a car show and you have a guy, a Hemi engine, 4-speed, dry shaft, and a Dyno 60 on display. Okay, so I don't have the Dyno 60 or the dry shaft right now. I have it in storage. But you know what? Here it is. It's a Friday night. It's a cool night outside. And I just wanted to say, make a cup of coffee and introduce you guys to my toy, the Hemi engine. And it's just sitting here looking good. And this is what I love. Robbie, what do you think it is?
I think it's gorgeous, Nick. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to see you start this thing.
So what do you think? Put a fuel tank and a battery and get it started?
I think so.
Yeah, you should. I mean, I should. But the thing is, you know, just sitting here, not even running, I love it. You know, this is what you call a true plug and play. You know, like, you sure we could get it running. All we have to do is put a radiator, a fuel tank, an ignition switch, and oil in the gearbox. Then after that, we got it running. And a battery, of course.
I say you should make the artwork speak.
Yes.
Start this thing.
Yeah, it's going to be open exhaust manifolds, not open headers, open exhaust manifolds. You know what? Let's see what happens. The future will tell. You know, I like it, you know, because everything is all there, you guys. It's all plug and play. And, you know, everything was designed, transmission, shifter, K-member, and, of course, the air cleaner. Everything's made for an E-body. But if this were to go into a CUDA, it would be a shaker. If it go into a Challenger, it's a slight chance it would be a shaker, but in many cases, it would be a rally hood. And you know what? Sometimes I have doubts of putting it into my Kawasaki Challenger right there. This is my joy. This is my dream car. But the only reason, and a lot of people are asking me, why didn't you put the 426 Hemi in here? But you know what? This is a true blue U-code 440 Magnum car. And I also have the matching engine to the car. You know, if it was a 318 car, a 383, or whatever, I would have just put in the 426 Hemi. But if you guys all want to know, the keeper that I had at the beginning was a 426. But this little toy I got over here, Robbie, is a 528 with the aluminum heads. And it runs beautiful. It runs on pump gas, it's got lots of vacuum power brakes, and it's a direct bolt onto my Challenger. And besides that, now that you've come to my shop lately, what do you think of my shop?
Honestly, it's for people like myself, it's a dream spot. It's a toy store. It's a candy store. It's everything cliche. It's everything a car lover would love to see and visit. If you haven't visited Nick's Garage yet, you have to come and visit him. You have to. By the way, I am Robbie from dorevme.com. Nick and I met a couple of weeks ago, and can't stop coming back.
Robbie's been interviewing Nick for his website, where he does some nice interviews with all kinds of people from all kinds of walks of life.
Yeah.
Do, Rev, Me, like Do, Re, Mi, the musical notes, but with Rev in the middle, Nick.
There you go.
Yeah. So Nick, what do you think your viewers would want to see this engine in?
Honestly, a lot of people are telling me put it into a Demon, a 71 Demon, or a Dodge Dart, or a Daytona, or a Charger. But you know what? It'll be good in any car. There's no question about it. This thing would be, you know, it's like, I don't know. I would love to see it in any car. But you know what? I always wanted to build another car. I wanted to build another Challenger. You know, I grew up with Challengers. I have many Challengers in my life. I've built quite a few Challengers. And I built quite a few black ones with a red interior. But now, I had a dream to build a white Challenger, Alpine white, 70 Challenger, with a red interior. I've always loved the red interior. And I want to just express something that lately, from Alberta, two of my cars that I've built, back one in 2006 and another one 2007, Kevin, from Alberta, if Kevin is watching, and one of his buddies just bought a convertible Challenger that I built back in 2006. Now, these two cars I built at different years and went in different directions. One went to Edmonton from Montreal, and the other one from Montreal went to Toronto and went to London, England. And right now, they are united in Alberta, side by two friends that own these cars. So this is something. I got pictures from this week, and they sent them to me. And I was it was an honor for me to see my two cars, both black cars, both red cars. The convertible Challenger was the red interior, rally hood, automatic 3.3 matching motor. And the hardtop was a 446-pack shaker, 4-speed, also matching number. And these two cars I built from scratch, both of them. And right now they're united in Alberta.
Have you got some pictures of those cars on the wall you want to show us, Nick?
Oh, yes, come, I'll show you.
Let's have a
Come.
look.
Come, I'll show you the cars.
So if you didn't catch that, folks, these are two cars that Nick put his heart and soul into. They were never together here, but now
Kevin,
they're together on...
This is the car that went to London, England with the
There we go.
hubcaps.
That beautiful black beauty.
446-pack.
Sorry, it's a little high up the wall for me there, folks, but there it is.
Kevin bought that car. He brought it back to Canada.
Gorgeous.
And then we have the convertible, which is right here, which was at the RM auction when I sold it and broke a record. Right over there.
They're both record-breakingly beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, got a bit of a reflection going here. Let's get on the right side of the light.
If you can see it clearly there.
There she is, just behind the tip of the flag, folks. That beautiful convertible.
And of course, if you want to see the six-pack car, it's right there again, right there. There it is.
Black beauty.
We gave the six-pack Challenger a nickname, Alexandria. For what reason, I don't know.
There we are, reaching way up. Alexandria.
I love that color combination.
It is.
It's exquisite.
And you know, I've always wanted to build a white car. Look, I got a Hellcat I bought in white. I ordered this car from Chrysler with a red interior and a black hood. And what did I get? A black interior with a white hood. But you know what it is? It's okay. It's all good. It's exactly the way Kowalski drove his Challenger, with a black interior and with a white hood, of course. And by the way, you guys, as we all know, as May 11th, Barry Newman passed away. The driver of the Kowalski Challenger back in when they filmed it in 1970, it was released in March 1971. And may he rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Barry.
And that's the car I built, you guys. It was called Vanishing Point. I don't know if you ever saw that film, which is right there.
Super icon.
Right there, Vanishing Point. That's the original film in 1971. Not the remake, the original one by Barry Newman. And you guys, a lot of people think it was a Hemi engine or six-pack supercharged. No, it was a 440 Magnum 4-barrel car, you guys. Just like the one I have in the back of my shop. Just to correct a lot of people keep saying it's the wrong engine. No, it was a 440 Magnum. And you know, I've watched the videos, I watched the film so many times, and a lot of guys that know the car very well, they know it was a 440 Magnum 4-speed car.
I think it was some publicity or something that was done in the time that there was a voiceover saying this supercharged Challenger.
Wow, that was just a saying.
It started a confusion.
Yes.
They might have just been poetic, though. They might have been talking about the supercharging that Barry was doing behind the wheel to keep himself awake.
Yeah, to keep him awake so he can make it to from Denver, Colorado to San Francisco in what, 15 hours or something? I would like to try that.
Nick, I know we're very sad for Mr. Newman's family, but it was a little bit of a deeper loss for you. I know you really wanted to meet Barry one day.
I wanted to meet Barry Newman and have something. Well, apparently he was 92 years old.
Good long run.
I don't know. Some people say he was born in 1930, and I found out, and I looked at it, and he was born in 1938. So what year was he born? 1930, 1938? But it doesn't matter. He's gone, and I wanted to meet him and have something signed with him on my car. And of course, I would have given him the keys and drive my car in any way he wanted.
Even at 92.
You know, and he was in New York City when he passed away, and he was born, and he was in Massachusetts where he was born, near Boston. But the thing is, I would have went to Boston to meet him if he was there the past few months or the past few years. I do not know. But anyways, now he's gone, so we'll just got what we got.
As a lot of the commenters said on our community post about his passing, you finally made it, Barry. You made it.
You know, he had a good life. I'm 92 years old. You got to give him credit.
Yes, sir. That's a win
Right.
in my book. Making it 92 years, being loved by so many.
Oh, yeah. And what do we got here? Another Dodge Challenger with a shaker. Bobby, this is yours?
That's mine, sir.
Hemi. I carried this name all my life. You know, Bobby, I had a Hemi engine all my life. You know that?
Yeah.
Always.
And you know what you were mentioning before about the red interior?
Yes.
Black?
Yeah, you got it, eh? Well, yours is a 2021.
21.
Okay. Nice. This is a very nice car. Very nice.
There's a little rumbling in the
And
background.
there's Oliver with his Camaro.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Friday night, live in Nick's Garage, you guys.
I was going to say it's a bit quiet here for a Friday night. And
Nah, it's
finally
a
somebody
chilly
pulled in.
night. It's a chilly night. And, you know, well, you know what? We had a party here last Saturday. It was a full house. And we got tired. It was a long week. And Oliver, how are you doing?
Oh, not too bad yourself.
Okay, how was the party last week for you?
Loved it.
You loved it?
Amazing.
Was
All
it
the
amazing?
Cars, the people I haven't seen in a while. It was
Yep.
a nice show.
It was, eh?
Yeah.
It
Nick,
was.
look at the Montreal strong representation here. We got the
30 years ago, we won the cup today.
Habs going over here. We got the Spos going over here.
Bring him back.
Well, look, we got the Montreal Canadians. We got the Montreal Expos.
Yep, and the Montreal Mopar right in the center.
And Montreal Mopar. Yeah. Oh, well. Yeah. Tomorrow should be not a party. It'll be another quiet Saturday. After all, we had a great time last Saturday, let me tell you. Car needs a wash, doesn't it, eh?
Mine too.
Still got that vice grip, I see.
Oh yeah, but new door panels.
I love it. Oh, yeah.
What, you got new
okay.
door panels?
Yeah, but I kept the vice grips for character.
Is that right?
They're cool.
Budget only allows so much, but hey, I drive it.
No, we put the money under the hood where it counts.
Exactly.
81?
78.
78?
But I have 81 fenders on it and an 81 dash.
I got confused. That's why I was looking. I'm like, wait a minute.
Something's
I'm
a
like,
little off.
I'm like,
It's
something's
true.
Wrong, something's wrong with me.
Doesn't belong in that car. It's an 81. It's nice. Nice touch. Nice touch. I want to say, and yeah, you ever worked on a car outside on a lift? Nico is working on his MG Midget. Let's take a look and see how he's doing. Let's take a look.
Nick, I had such a smile on my face when I rolled up this afternoon and saw the next generation working outside in the sun. That's so
Yes, yes. Let's
Very,
come and
very
see.
cool.
Let's go see the next generation, you guys. Check them out. And of course, Atlas Equipment got me this lift so we can work with cars inside and out of the shop.
cool. Rock on.
So I got to give them credit for that. You guys, how you doing with the car?
Good. We're doing pretty well.
What are you doing?
We just changed the clutch slave in the
Clutch
car.
slave cylinder?
Yes.
And?
Now we're bleeding the system.
Okay.
Because it's hydraulic. Everything in this car is very tiny, so it's kind of you can ask Leo. It's very hard trying to.
It's tight.
It's all in the title, buddy. Midget. It's all in the title.
This part here.
So what did you change? Show me.
Change this guy here.
Yes.
To get to this top bolt, you have about maybe 1/8 of an inch between the frame and the bolt. So you have
Okay.
to put the bolt in
Okay.
before and slide the whole thing in, right? So I've never done them before, so
You know
it's
what?
kind of a learning experience.
You guys are the new generation.
That's it.
I could say that I've been there, done that.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
it's very exciting for me to see you guys like you
Yeah.
working on it without asking for help and tackling it on your own,
That's
which
it,
is
that's
great.
I was showing Nico a few things, you know.
That's it, man. I love this. I love
learned
this.
along the way.
I've learned so much in the whole week that it's been a little over a week that I've had this car, and I've learned so much. Just
You know, if you buy a car that's perfect, that needs nothing, you're gonna learn nothing.
exactly.
If you buy a car with problems and you keep fixing them, that's where you're gonna
And it's
learn.
perfect. I got a British car. They have the most problems.
So that's what they say. You know, you buy a car with problems, you're gonna learn everything about a car.
Absolutely.
Nico, you don't happen to have that father and son picture nearby, do you?
Oh yes. I was on my phone.
And while Nico's digging for that, let me just tell you about a super chat, Nick.
Okay, go
The
ahead.
very generous Joe Filardi sent you $50. He was sending us all kinds of money last week for the barbecue,
don't
and
have
he's
to.
sending more this week.
Thank you.
And
Thank
Joel
you.
Jenkins with $5 saying, "Hi guys, thanks very much. That
Thank
party
you.
last Saturday looked fantastic. Looking forward to the next one. See you guys soon."
That'll be, yeah, that was, we had a blast.
Look at this picture,
Sorry
Nick.
for the
me
cracked
see that
screen.
picture.
So this was my father back in the day. We had a family friend who had an MGB,
Okay?
similar color, similar model.
That's your dad.
Yes. So what I did was I recreated the photo.
Look at that. Father and son.
Same color, man.
Through cars. Isn't
Two
that
different
cool?
cars back then and today.
Yeah.
That's it.
The new and the old. Wow.
And the same hair.
Except, you know what? The cars should have been the other way around because the other MG is more newer.
Yes.
Okay, so it would have been better you in the newer car and your father in the older car. But anyways, it's all good. It's all good.
Trust Nick to look at the car before the people.
Check this out, man. Look at it. It's so small. What is it? A little four-cylinder?
Don't ask us how long it took to take
1.5.
off the bolts for the master cylinder.
Sorry?
Don't ask how long it took us to take off the bolts for the master cylinder.
Listen, you know, it doesn't matter how long it takes. As long as you get it done and it works.
That's it.
So keep going, you guys. Don't let me stop you. Just came to say hello, see how you're doing.
Just get a peek under that hood.
How does it feel to work outside with the lift?
Feels great, man.
Feels great, eh?
Feels great.
Too bad it wasn't a sunny day.
Keep
And
pumping.
there you go.
Nick, it's as big as a toaster.
Yeah, it's not a very big car. It's so small, I don't think I fit in it. And I'm not a big guy, you know?
That's small.
That's great, man. That's great.
Look at it under the wide open sky.
Keep going, man. Keep going. Don't let me stop you. While you guys are working on this toy, I'm working on my toy inside.
There we go, yeah.
And I wanted to show some of our viewers, we got quite a few cars ready to be shipped out. We have 4 cars in the shop are ready for delivery.
Come and get them, guys.
Come and get them, you guys.
That's it.
You know what? One of them is gone, and it's in transportation, belongs to George, going to Texas. And for some reason, it's 3 weeks now, and it's not there yet.
Nick, from this angle, I got to show folks, look how this car just fits on this lift.
Just makes it, eh?
Yeah, it's on the
you know
inside
what?
of both ramps, but it makes it.
Yeah, they got the job done right. They got
Goes
it
to show
lined
you,
up.
even on an 8,000-pound lift, it can take a wide variety of cars.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Up she goes.
Oh, there you go, you guys.
But doing
That's
this
cool.
On the floor? No way, man.
No way. No, I wouldn't do this on the floor.
No way.
So where is it? Let's see.
It's right here.
Where is it? Oh wow. Okay.
There it is.
There it is. Way up. So the upper bolt was a pain in the butt, eh?
You can't see it.
No,
You go 100% by feel. You go this way.
Okay. So you guys are becoming masters now on this.
That's
Good
it.
for you,
We
man.
changed the hose too. Nico got the hose.
All right.
No.
So you know what? Don't let me stop you guys. Keep going. You guys doing a great
All
job.
that's left is to bleed it and
Good. Go ahead.
we'll be done.
Take your
Let the
time.
smoke out.
I'll introduce my viewers to some new cars in the
Sounds
shop. Good luck,
getting ready,
Leo. Good luck, Nico.
Yeah.
Do what you have to do, you guys.
All right. Yes, we will. Sounds good.
Right on.
That's it. Okay, I'm gonna go check some cars in the shop right now. Okay. Friday night live from Nick's Garage. Oh, I wanna say something if Ray is watching from Massachusetts. Robert, how you doing with the CUDA?
It's coming good. It's coming good. We're installing the return fuel line, so
Okay.
I just have to hook it up now to the filter. It's already hooked up at the back at the tank, so
Yeah.
it's coming good. It's you know how it is. Sometimes we have to fight things. A
Oh,
bit, but,
yes. Speaking of that, I was just talking to Robert earlier that because Robert knows, because he's worked on all the cars with me, that some of these cars you work with aggravation. I don't know how to say it in a different way. Like some of the cars that come into my shop, who puts them together, how they put them with whatever they got. I'm not going to mention cars, practically every car. How they put them together and then they get top dollar when they sell them. It's unreal.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Look, today you wanted to put the rear seat belts on the CUDA, and there were no anchors to tie down the seat belts. You have to look for 2 of them. They were buried, and the other 2 were totally not there.
Absent.
They were absent. So we made a modification to put the seatbelt back. You know, maybe Ray wants to take a ride with some people in the back seat. You know, you need seatbelts. Now we had to put on today, but it took us a while to get them done, but we finally did it. Manny was at it with you. Spent quite a bit of time. And now because this being a Hemi engine, we installed a vapor separator, which you didn't have in the first place. So that's what you're finishing off right now.
Yeah.
So it's one thing after the other. Then we added a skid plate. You know, we try to make it as good as possible. We've done quite a few things on it. We also built the engine. We fixed the issue with the oiling system on the rockers. The carburetor, I remember the carburetor put me a lot of time on the dynamometer. That took a while. It's one thing after the other. And the power top, from what I hear, it doesn't work perfect.
Yeah, we suspect there's a check valve in the pump, a one-way
Yes.
valve. Manny says there's a one-way valve. So when it's completely down, it will go up about halfway, and then the pressure won't hold it. It's falling on the windshield.
Oh, dear.
And then it won't go up. You have to help it. But once it's halfway, then it works okay. So, and we added oil in the pump. We tried to bleed it to cycle it a few times. So
Didn't work.
no, and unfortunately,
I don't want to sound like a pessimist, but don't all convertible tops have issues? Aren't they all full of gremlins? I've never seen one that works just perfectly smoothly.
Well, the Roadrunner works. This one works.
There you go, present company accepted.
We found other issues, but the top works on this one. we found a lot of other issues on the Roadrunner, and I just wanted to say, you know, we loaded up the trunk. It's ready for delivery, as I was telling our viewers before. The Roadrunner that's supposed to go to Sydney, Australia, is ready. Then I got the Charger that Brad sent us from Texas. It's ready to go back to Texas. Then I got Eugene's Charger, which is ready to go to Austin, Texas. Then I've got also Aris 70 CUDA. We had the seat foams replaced on the front seats. So that one's ready. This one just came in this week, so that one is ready. And then if you're done with the CUDA by tomorrow afternoon, besides only the power top,
No pressure.
and then it'll be ready to go also.
we don't have much to do on that one. We have to finish the fuel line, and what else? The shields for.
Yeah, the heat shields between the
the,
muffler and the trunk
We
floor
have them
pan.
on the shelf, so it's. I don't think it'll be a big job, but sometimes what you think it's not
You'll be
doing
sur-
a big job can surprise
And you know what? The mufflers are going to be in your way. The rear valance is in your way.
Oh, yeah.
There's a few pieces there. Oh, and we also have the, we finally got the lid. Oh, if Ray's watching, I want to show him what I got for him.
Oh,
I got to show this. Ray did not know what I was talking about.
While we're going there, I just got to say, the Bandit, thank you very much for your super chat. He was saying hello to Leo.
Thank you.
I'll let Leo know next time
Leo's
he
out
goes
in the
by.
back. He's working out with Nico on that MG. And here's the lid.
I'll let him know, Bandit. Yeah, and this is update. We got to tell people at the back of this car too.
And I just want to tell everybody, when you got an E-body, you got, these are the heat shields between the muffler and the floor pan right above here. So they're missing.
Right
So
up
we
in
just got them this week,
Between the
so
tank and the muffler.
that's right. Yeah, they're gonna go right up, they're gonna go up in there. Anyways, we got those, so tomorrow's another day.
Yeah.
We got that. And this here, not exactly a bolted because, you know, this bolts onto the intake and then this goes on the tube on the outlet pipe after the exhaust manifold. Of course, it doesn't line up. So it's going to take some persuasion to get it fixed. Or we're going to have to cut it, line it up, cheat, and make it look good. That's another job.
How about those shields? Are they going to just bolt on?
They should. They should. But then again, you got everything in your way.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, but
Nick, speaking of things bolting on and the Hemi CUDA, do we want to update people about what was happening on the back wheels here?
Oh, yes, I will. And I wanted to show Ray. I'm sure Ray's watching. This is the lid I was talking about.
Beautiful.
This is what he was missing. You know, we took off the shaker and this was not in place. So I've got him one and it's here. And this is all the junk that came with the car. The regular fuel pump, the vacuum pump, the ignition coil, the black ugly bracket, regular fuel pump, dipstick that was not exactly in the right place.
That's about $80,000 worth of eBay right
I
there.
don't know. There's a lot of stuff here. Even that, you know, we changed quite a few others.
I was looking for the power steering pump cap, but maybe.
Oh yeah, that. Yeah, he had a gas cap on the power steering pump. Yes, we had that replaced, and of course, well, you know what? It doesn't matter. What counts the most to me is that the customer gets the right stuff on the right car.
Well, from
And-
what I see on Monday's video, the car seems to work very well.
Yes, except we had an issue. We made a George made a video on the when we popped the clutch and spun the tires. Everybody knows on the video that here's the wheel and here's the 5 lug nuts. And when I accelerated it, you notice that the wheel did not turn, but the lug nuts went like this, and then after that the wheel followed. That tells you that the wheel was loose. The purpose is this. The lug nuts were too short. In other words, when we took off this side of the wheel, that we only made about 4 turns and the wheel was off. That's not enough turns to tighten a wheel. So we needed another stud 1/2 inch longer, like so. This is what we did, okay? We got a stud 1/2 inch longer. Now you make about 10, 12 turns before you tighten the wheel. Because you know, when you put the disc in place, which is 3/8 of a thickness, and the rim, there's no stud left. What was sticking out of here was half of that, half. And that was dangerous. And thank God that we did that on video, we noticed it. And also Ray also mentioned that the rear seals were leaking on the rear axles. So we had that repaired, and at the same time, we fixed the studs. So
And I think he told you that he had the wheel loosened
yes,
in the
and
past.
yes, and he had speaking to Ray this week, he also mentioned that yes, the wheels did get loose in the past. So right now, I presume they should be okay.
Yeah. We're going to double check them all.
And you see, it comes in for one thing, and then you add the list, and then you make your own list. You add a few more other things. And you know what? To make these cars safe, like I was saying earlier, it's aggravation what comes in. You know, like they tell you to do one thing, and then you find other things. And we want to make the cars safe, you guys. And people tell me, you know, like you take the car and you beat it, you spin the tires. I don't do it for a joyride. I do it to make sure everything is safe. That was a fluke, you know, putting the camera on, and we did that. And we found it loose. But now, according to Milan that we were talking about, every car that leaves here, every wheel is going to be torqued twice as much, or should I say twice, checked twice before they leave the premises, because safety comes first, you guys.
Sir.
You don't do it for joy, but it's not unpleasant.
I know. And you know what? You know, we take a joyride, and hopefully nothing goes wrong one day. We break something, and who knows? Anyways,
forbid.
we've been lucky.
But Nick, as you're talking about, they come in for one thing, and then the next thing you have to add, and you have to add. I think a lot of it goes to being a well-educated old car owner too. That you got to realize this is the game. You're not going to be able to just fix them once and know that you're going to get 90 months of trouble-free driving.
You know, I've noticed that so many different cars come here. You know, I take apart engines. We find silicone, lots of silicone. You take off head bolts, you find silicone on a 3D3. You know, and then I have another engine that came in from California that belonged to Dan, building that Kawasaki Challenger replica we're going to do for him. And his pistons are 170,000 below the deck. Where are they going? And then you got the Hemi Ray, which we took apart. Of course, we built it, running super rich. And also, right-hand side, they're not getting any oil to these shafts, rockers, valve springs, or whatsoever. So just to tell you, there's a lot of guys out there that build things that do it incorrectly and not safe. You know, we do our best what we can. You know, we might make a mistake. We're not the best. I mean, we try our best. But what goes on out there, I see a lot of junk, let me tell you.
We've seen a lot of, what about harnesses?
Oh my God, spaghetti. And a lot of people tell us, we did the harness on the Roadrunner. We did the harness on the Eugene's car. Then the Charger, the Cuda, all of them, every one of them.
And these are relatively simple harnesses on these old cars. They're not as bad as they could be.
I remember when I bought my Challenger for Thunder Bay. Remember the guy who welded the 2 quarter panels on?
Yeah.
And then when I bought the car, he had 2 other quarter panels on the side that came with the car. And I asked him why. Now I know why. When we brought the car here, we know.
You'll know one day, that's
Yeah.
what he said.
When Mario saw it, when Mario saw the car, he goes, Nick, 1 quarter panel was pointing up, and the other side was pointing down. So we had to cut them off and replace the quarter panels anyway. So that was the reason. And he knew it. But anyways, you know, the guy worked on the car for 15 years, never finished it. So I came along, we bought it. 11 months later, there we have it. Turnkey.
Booyah!
There we have it, turnkey.
There she is peeking out from under her sleeping jacket.
Here's another one. Let's talk about another car. 66 Corvette, right here.
Onward.
Right here.
Gotta say thank you, Bandit, for another howdy to Leo.
You know what we do to this car, Robert? It's a beautiful running car. Yeah. They put a big cam in it, and ever since they put a big cam in it, the guy's not happy. So now he tells him, Nick, put a factory original camshaft, make it work original. and this is what it's here for. So we ordered the camshaft. It's on order, and then when it comes in, we'll switch it over. Then we got the 69 Corba Mustang. Came in a few weeks ago. This is the car that was wrapped. If you guys can remember on the live show a few weeks ago. Anyways, it is a 69 Mustang 428 Cobra Jet. It's the real thing, you guys. It's the real deal. It's an automatic car. It's beautiful. And it didn't want to start, so we had to play with the carburetor, replace the fuel pump, replace the accelerator pump, and got it running. Now, a week later, he's got no power brakes.
Yikes.
The reason why? The booster is filled with brake fluid. So now my customer, Angelo, has the booster on order. I got the master cylinder here to replace it. And what a tight fit, eh? It's not an
It's
easy.
very close to the valve cover, but Manny was telling me earlier he knows Fords better than I do.
He's a Ford man, so I'll let Manny do it.
He says he thinks it's not gonna be so bad.
Yeah? I've been underneath the dash on this car. Let me tell you, it's a tight fit. Okay, so we'll let Manny take care of that.
I gotta say, for a Mopar shop, Nick, look at the Fords and Chevys you got. There's a couple of icons right there.
Yeah, look, oh yeah.
Wow.
Look, it is a Mopar shop, but then again, you know what? I told you guys, I love all muscle cars. I love them all. But I grew up with Mopars. But what do you want me to
A
do?
nice car is a nice car.
That's right.
Amen,
That's
amen.
right. Here we
Ed
go.
Grant with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Ed.
Thank you, Ed. Thank
Say
you.
hello to Chief Hamner, who just joined us with his string of fire trucks. Howdy,
There-
Chief.
There's his flag.
Good stuff.
And if Ralph is watching us from Atlanta, Georgia, there's his gift. We put it up.
We hope you got home safe, Ralph. And
Yes.
Mrs. Ralph, that was
And,
a long drive.
And I wanted to say a very special thank you to everybody that came here on the show, on our barbecue. I have to say a very special thank you because we had a great time. We had a lot of people. I counted close to almost 100 out-of-towners here from Vermont, Michigan, New York, Massachusetts, Ontario, New Brunswick, and whatever. I don't know. There were so many out-of-towners, and you know what? It was a great time.
I think
Well,
about that you went and counted cars at one point, you told me.
I walked the streets and I made a rough count of about 120 cars.
120 cars?
Yeah, not counting nothing in a garage, just
Okay,
outside.
120, yeah?
So, roughly.
Roughly. They were coming and going, coming and going. It was a good amount of cars, man. And they were all special, they were, right?
All kinds.
And I just found out not too long ago that apparently this Hemi showed up during the party.
Yes, yes. And this one came from Ontario.
I missed that.
Yes, we're going to tear this down on a video. We're going to tear it down. Apparently, it dropped the valve on the first cylinder. Bruce brought it in from Ontario, and we're going to tear it down and work on it. It's got a cross ram. It's not an inline like that one. It's a cross ram with Holley carburetors. That's the way the Chrysler made these Superstock Hemis. You know, but anyways, I don't know. We're going to tear it down. I don't know what it is. It's probably going to be built for a street car. It does have a roller cam. It's got a drop valve. And then we have to find out why did it drop the valve? Did the valve not have clearance? Did it over rev it? Did it break? You know, there's a lot of things you got to look at.
We're going to pull that apart on camera, right, Nick?
Yes, we're going to tear this down in front of the camera.
Can't wait.
We hope there's not too much damage.
I don't know. And you know what? You don't know what you're going to find.
So what a thing to bring to a party.
And you know what?
But where else would you have a Hemi showing up at a party that at Nick's
Only in
garage?
Nick's garage, eh?
Oh yeah.
Ah, that's too much. It's too
Awesome
much.
stuff. I missed that one too, Robert. I don't know how they snuck it past us, but
How can we miss this?
it just walked in.
It came in right in the middle of the show.
I missed a lot of folks, but I got to say, if you don't mind me taking a second here, Nick, so many people just walk up to me in the crowd, tapped me on the shoulder and said, George, and then followed it by the most beautiful things. I went home with my heart just overflowing that night. They gave me enough energy to edit another 2,000 videos for the channel.
There you go.
It was the best feeling that day. I just, and just a little bit in your shadow, I saw you getting 500 times as much. You must just feel so good.
All I
in
know
the
is
way
we had
people were treating you. It was amazing. It was
All I
amazing.
know is we had a great time. You know, all the hot dogs, the hamburgers we did, they were all gone. Hey?
Oh, in a
They were
flash.
gone.
In a
And,
flash.
and to tell the truth, I didn't have a hot dog or a hamburger.
Same here. I went to McDonald's on the way home, but it was perfect. I wouldn't
was
have
all
changed a
good.
thing. It was
It-
just
it was-
so good.
It was good. It was good. I couldn't complain one bit. And we had a great time, and I hope everybody else, and I wanted to say a big thank you to everybody else who supported us too, of course.
Rock on.
And then we got George from Patat 2000.
Yes.
Best snack bar in fast food hot dog joint in Quebec.
Providing all that good stuff.
And we have to pull out that cue
Melissa's
card.
been putting the link in the chat for folks if they want
Okay.
to support George for supporting us. All you got to do, it doesn't cost a thing. You go there, you can vote every week.
There you go.
He gets voted as the best snack bar in Montreal, and next thing you know, they send him $5,000. And this year, he said he's going to pick one of the people who voted for him to give him half of the 5,000.
Wow. So there you guys. Give them a vote, you guys.
Sounds pretty cool.
There it is. Just go with the cue card and take it from there. Right?
Speaking about giving a vote, we're very close to hit the 250.
We're on our way. Yeah. $250,000.
So, pass the words to your friend. We want to hit 250.
Yes,
Subscriptions are
and
free.
that means you guys have to subscribe to my channel, please. Come on, we want to hit the $250,000 now, eh? We're what, 3,000 away?
About that?
Yeah,
George
we're about
knows better
3,000
than
away.
About that.
Yes, sir.
I'd love to hit the $250,000 before the summer's over.
Yeah.
I
that'd
was
be great.
hoping we'd get it for you just in time for the party, but
Yeah,
we
me
slowed down a
too.
little bit there.
I know, I was hoping for that too, but we didn't get it.
It's okay.
But
It's going to pick up. We'll get there, Nick. You grow every single day. The channel is growing. New people are finding us all the time.
Yeah, I've had people from the UK that have actually been contacting me and telling me that they've been discovering you.
is that right?
Yeah, from my channel, yeah. So
Yes.
hi to everyone in United Kingdom.
Okay, there you
Shout out
go.
to the
Say hello to
UK,
them.
Place of my birth, Nick.
That's right. George is from the UK.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, okay,
Thanks
that's
for
cool,
watching
man.
in Mary
Yeah, we have viewers, I think, ever since I've been on YouTube, I'm going to tell you something. We have viewers practically in every country in the world. But what surprised me the most, that there's an American muscle car practically in every country in the world, from Peru, Colombia, in Cuba. I even got a flag from Moscow right here. Somebody in Moscow is watching us. Now, does he have an American muscle car? I do not know. But you know what? All these flags stand for something. And like I was saying to a lot of people, that these flags come from our viewers, not from me. I started with just 3 flags in the back of the shop. And then after that, people were asking, they asked me if they bring their own flags. I said, you know what, if you put it up, I'll be more than proud to put them up in my shop. I write their first name on them, then I put them up. And I still have 60 more flags to put up that are still sitting in my office.
That was
And-
the cool part of the party. We got a chance to pull them out and put
and
them up.
yes, and during the party, we had them all along the fence. George put them up. Even South Africa, which I haven't put up yet, which is a big flag. He's got a big flag there.
While you're mentioning South Africa, Nick, did you see the news today? They sent over 100 firefighters over here to help us put our forests out from
that's-
South Africa.
Wow, that's a long trip.
Thanks for coming, fellas, if you
Yeah.
happen to be watching.
Thank you, thank you. Wow,
Incredible.
these fires are going crazy, man.
Sorry to all our American friends. We're blowing our smoke into your direction, our secondhand smoke.
Nature's pushing it down south to the border.
We're trying to put them out.
And see New York City, it's in a black cloud, man.
Hemi orange skies.
Sorry, guys. Hey?
Hemi orange skies.
Yeah, it is. It is. Blame it on us. I know.
Well, you know what, Nick? This is definitely, you look at this as like the United Nations of muscle.
It is.
That's what it is.
And there's another word I heard for the first time quite a few times on Saturday, is this is not a shop, this is a museum. It's a museum. Oliver, where do you go and you see a Hemi just doing nothing, sitting around? Where do you see that?
Only here.
Only here.
Only here.
And that's the second one.
That's the second one.
That's right. That's the second one. And I was having coffee, looking at it before George came by, and I also wanted to show it to my viewers because a lot of people have seen it. Motorama came to the show, and I want the people around the world to take a closer look. So if George could go slowly around, check this engine, show it off to the world that this is a true plug and play. Look at that, you guys. Plug it in. It's made for a CUDA Challenger. The gas pedal cable is here. The harness is there. The exhaust is there. The fuel lines are there. Alternator, belts, power steering, positive, negative cable, flywheel, clutch, air cleaner, front K-member for an E-body, 4-speed piston grip, new process 4-speed, and of course, a Hurst shifter made for Chrysler, and it's named the pistol grip. Look at this. First, second, third, fourth, and then reverse.
You gotta love that sound.
You gotta love that
In
sound.
the knees every time I hear that click.
I love it, just love it. And if you guys want to have the same feel, just get into my Kawasaki Challenger. It's all there.
Do it again, Nick. Do it again.
Here we go. Here we go. Here, first, second, third, fourth, neutral, reverse. And I wanted to show you guys, if you wanted to make the shifter with a less throw, see this? Look, let's say this moves 5 inches, right? You see this? Look at this. Now, if you want to make the throw just, let's say, a couple of inches, what you do is you take this lever here and you bring the hole closer to the main stud. See that stud here, which is the transmission? If you bring the hole closer here and put the lever down here, then you take the shifter, it'll only move a couple of inches instead of 5 inches, or what you want to call like a very short throw.
Is that to keep you from punching the dashboard with those?
Well, that would be good on some B-bodies with the pit scripts that go right up to the dash. That would work for them.
Nice.
Or, you know, you can fix it in a way like that. Like I said, that's a good point.
There's a trick for you, folks.
Yep.
One of Nick's tips, no charge.
Nick, I noticed something. What's
Yes.
the difference between this one for this year
Okay?
and so this is from the 70, right?
Yes, this is a true blue 1970 shifter mechanism. People were asking why the other ones are bolted.
For 71.
71 and newer and up. They were bolted on the shifters, right there, Robert?
Yep.
In 1970, this was a pressed on. And this is a true blue pressed on shifter. So in other words, the shifter, the mechanism on this model are true blue 1970. And just to buy the kit, the rubber insulator from Brewers, which is roughly $100 US, just to install it, let me tell you, it took me a few hours to figure it out on this and also in my car.
Nick, does that mean that it probably happened that somebody was cruising on down the highway at God knows what speed and their shifter just came off in their hand?
I heard at one time, you know, like this here, see? It's locked. I know how it's designed. It has like a little blade and it's pointing downwards. You gotta use 2 filler gauges to push them in to pull out the shifter.
And it's not easy.
Yeah, it's not easy. You gotta pull hard. And then you got 2 filler gauges that you gotta push in the ears to pull it out. Yes, I did have a customer that told me once the shifter came out of his hands.
Maybe if it had a lot of wear.
That's right, that's right. But in my car, and this here, and all the people that were touching the shifter Motorama, nobody had an issue. And if everybody's asking why is the transmission mount yellow, that's the way Chrysler did it.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Interesting.
Now, what more can you ask for? And like Robbie said, let's put a battery, a radiator, a fuel tank, ignition switch, and get it started with open exhaust manifolds.
Right on. And a gas pedal to stomp on.
You know, by the way, Robert, you made some clutch pedals, right? Safety neutral switch. All we need to put is a Z-bar, put a seat like a tractor, put a seat right here, and play with the clutch and play with the gears. It's awesome. But then again, I'd like to put this in a car. But then again, I love looking at it the way it is, even without a car. But you know, if you guys want to see the engine, the details, this is the only way you're going to see it, out of the car. And this is the true blue, you guys.
Right on.
And I wanted to give the world an opportunity to see what a Hemi looks like from the factory. And here it is.
I know somebody who knows what a Hemi looks like, Nick. It's
Yeah.
Tim Butler from the West Coast coming in with a big super chat. Thank you, Tim.
Tim, how you doing?
Appreciate you.
You know how people like to have like a pool table in their basement?
Yes.
I'd like to have this like
I wouldn't mind.
exactly like that.
You know, I was having a cup of coffee earlier, and I was just sitting down beside it. I love this, just looking at my toys, or, you know, I love this. To me, this is art. You know, and it's a running engine. We built it. I had a lot of pieces lying around. Then I said, you know what? Let me put it together, show it off to the world. And this is exactly what I did. And we had it on the dynamometer. If you guys go on our YouTube channel, you'll see it running. And it made 615 horsepower. But what surprised me the most, we took off the headers, made what, 615 horsepower, 616? Then we took off the headers, we put on the exhaust manifolds, we lost like about what, 5 horsepower. And it's not a 426, it's a 528 cubic inch. And now who'd want to put headers?
Come on.
And you know what, you know, speaking of headers, I did an oil change on the car this morning. I did an oil change on a Chevelle small block.
Uh-oh.
I helped the guy do an oil change. And you know what the problem was?
Close the baby's ears,
You know what the
everybody.
problem
Nick's
was?
going to talk about headers.
The problem was we couldn't put a tool to get the filter out of there because the headers are in the way. So I always talked about motor mounts, steering box, or spark plugs. I forgot about the oil filter. And let me tell you, it was a little struggle, but we got it out.
You remember the steering box we had to replace on a 74 Charger about
Oh
3
my
weeks ago?
God. You see?
Well, one thing I didn't know is up to 72, you have like not on this one, but like on your Kowalski type of a motor mount. engine
Yes,
Mount.
yes,
73, they changed the style.
yes, they did.
What I didn't know is up to 72, if you have a small block or a big block, it's the same cross member, the K member.
Yes.
In 73, if you have a small block or a big block, it's a different K member.
And this is where,
Tony Maverick told us that.
Yes.
And he knows about these cars.
and what chaos did you go through to do the
Well,
job?
the car is a 318 car and now has a 383 with headers.
Oh,
So the engine mounts were like homemade, and the oil pump, the way it's designed, it was very, very close. The mount is like this, but closer. So we couldn't get the mount to loose, and we had to lift the engine to get the steering box out because it has headers.
not only that, we took apart the pump in pieces
Yeah,
to take it out of place so Robert could take out the engine mount bolt. Okay, remember that?
Yeah, oh yeah, because we removed the 4 bolts and it slid about
Half an inch,
and
yeah.
it hit the cross member.
And it wasn't enough.
So Nick said, okay, take off the cover and separate it. And that's how we got the oil pump out, and then we had access to the engine mount.
Remember what I said earlier. The pain we go through sometimes to fix these cars. Frustration. There's another word, but I'll just keep it simple.
You said it slightly more colorfully earlier, but thank you for appreciating the families who are watching. And
It's-
we've got to appreciate Patrick, who's just sent you a super chat.
Thank you.
And he asks, so were there any burnouts at the barbecues? Because we were worried that
No,
it might take
we-
it out of hand. We wanted people to keep
No,
calm.
we had signs put out, no burnouts, because there's a lot of cars, there's a lot of people, and we appreciated that nobody did any burnouts, and everybody stuck with that. And it was we were here not to make a burnout show or anything like that. Yes, in the previous shows that we had, we did crazy things, but now we try to keep it simple. We have a bigger crowd, we have a lot more cars, a lot of nice cars, and want to make sure nobody gets hurt, and we had safety in mind.
And it wasn't a problem at all. Our beautiful
No,
visitors, they were absolutely fine. They completely understood. They behaved like they were at home. It was wonderful.
It was great. It was great. I enjoyed every minute.
The show was perfect. We didn't have one complaint.
No,
Nope.
no.
The cops didn't even drive by this year.
They didn't. Yeah, they did not even come by. You notice that?
They were welcome.
I didn't see the
too.
police.
We wanted them to come and have a hot dog, but
Yeah,
they wouldn't
I
come.
would offer them anything they wanted, but they didn't show up. Anyways, everything was good. Even during the whole week, last time we had a party, they came on a Tuesday morning. 3 days after the party, they came out and came to see me and said, "Nick, what's with all the black marks on the road?" Okay. Now, if this was Australia, would have been a different world.
Oh, yeah.
Because in Australia, I believe this is for all our Australian viewers, or should I say for the whole world to listen to what I got to say, is that when you do a burnout on your second offense, doing a burnout on a public street with your car, it is legally the right of the government to take your car and crush it. And you guys cannot do anything with it. Meanwhile,
And I believe they send the bill for the crushing to the offender. You pay to have your car crushed.
now, the guys in Australia, I can't believe they allow that. I mean, I wouldn't allow that. The
You'd start a
government would have to
revolution.
put me behind bars before they take my car, let me tell you.
They'd probably done that to a few hardcore muscle car guys when they had to bring
Come on,
that
man.
law
It's
in.
it's your dream and joy. Come
You'll
on.
be running away like Kowalski.
You know,
But I just got to say, Nick, they make up for it. They hold the most incredible burnout contests
yes,
in safe pens
Of course,
with the walls
yeah.
up and stuff. They
Yeah.
make up for it. They
Yeah.
do hardcore.
that is correct, on a public road. Now, you take my car. In the movie Vanishing Point,
Yes, please.
they had 5 of these cars, you guys. Look at this. They had 5 of these cars. And when their cars were returned back to Chrysler from Fox Studios that were renting it for $1 a day, all 5, apparently there were 5 units. They were all crushed, scrapped before they went anywhere. Yeah, and people were asking, is there any cars that came out of the original film of 1971? None. None of them survived. All of them were crushed. And you guys, this is the next best thing. Just trust me.
All that's missing was Mr. Barry Newman's autograph.
That's right. But you know what? I'm working on that. I'm working on something on that. We're working on something. When this happens, I'll let you guys on it in the future. But in the meantime, let me work on it. And if it happens, You guys are going to find out.
There's a little hint. And no, he's not coming back from the afterlife to sign something, but we figured a different way.
So imagine now crushing this car. Imagine that. You crush this car?
No, I don't even want to think.
Come on, man. But then again, the cars were nice to this when Fox Studio picked them up and started making the film of Vanishing Point. And then when they were returned back to Chrysler, they were in rough shape.
Nick, just as you mentioned Australia, Super Chat comes in from Grant Williams for 10 Australian dollars.
Thank you.
He
Thank
says,
you, Grant.
hello, Nick and company, South Australia, Aussie muscle car Ford GT HO Phase 3. Falcon. Do you know anything
Falcon.
about a Phase 3 Falcon, Nick? That's like the ultimate
No, the
Mad Max thing.
Australian cars were kind of different.
Yep.
They have a Hemi, it's a 6-cylinder.
A lot of 6-cylinders.
Yeah.
Different, but kind of good
And
too.
the bodies are nothing like we see here.
No, totally different cars.
Different style.
I believe it's a Ford Falcon that our friend Chris is all in love with, but I'm not sure that's the same.
Mad
body
Max.
style, The Mad Max.
Yeah.
Did you see the Falcon that was here, the Mad Max car that was
Yeah,
here at the
that's our
show?
friend.
Yes,
That's
yes,
your friend? Yeah.
yes. He's one of our buddies, and we built the engine on that car and quite a few of the artwork on the outside. And he's a die-hard. Yes, you worked on that car too.
Yeah.
And it's a die-hard fanatic on Mad Max. And Chris, he's even got a whole complete outfit on that.
Yep.
He does.
Right down to the camera.
He's got everything. He's got it except for the pet. Or maybe he might have a dog and I don't even know about it.
You got his stuff.
I don't know if Chris is watching, he would tell us. Anyways, anyway, and then again, what else do we have to do? We have this one here, belongs to Jeff and Heather from Ontario. We got a lot of stuff on this one, but let's finish the CUDA tomorrow.
Yeah.
And hopefully, if we have time, we're going to work on this. But that rear bumper, I'm not sure about the bumper guards.
Yeah, that's
you know,
something we have to
we have to
figure out.
look into it. And then the next engine on the dyno will be Jeff's 360 stroker, which we're going to put in. It is a stroker. Jeff, if you're watching, just got to shave it to finish off. It's a 396 on a dynamometer. We're going to shim the valve springs because it's cutting out at 5,300 RPM. Also, someone made a comment, says, Nick, why are you shimming all the time your engines on the dyno? Well, you know what? Let me tell you something, guys. A lot of guys, I've been reading on comments on a lot of forums, and they're saying people are wiping out cams on the flat tap installer lifter or hydraulic. Maybe because you guys are putting too much spring pressure, breaking in the cam. I try to keep my engines with the flat toppers, which are most of them are, okay, with under 120 pounds of spring pressure and under 300 pounds of spring pressure at full lift. I break them in, I do some testing. So if we have valve float, what we do next is we shim it up at another 10, 15 pounds and we're set. Okay, so we put a few extra hours. Maybe that's why I'm lucky that we don't wipe out too many cams. It is very, very rare that we wipe out a cam here in our shop.
Right on.
Okay.
So
okay.
now you've got your answer, folks.
If you guys
It's
want to
easier to
see,
change the
if you want to see, it's a 396. We'll go in the dining room and we'll show it off because tomorrow I'm going to work on the shims, and then we'll go answer some chats. What do you say?
Right on.
Come, let's go in the dining room.
You've already been going for 54 minutes, Nick.
I am, and
sir.
I want to ask Matthew from British Columbia. Your car's here. I've sent out the carburetors to get overhauled. Hopefully, I get him here within the next few weeks so I can put him back. Because I wasn't lucky with them. One day they ran good, one day they didn't run good. And I didn't want to deliver the car like that. So I wanted to make sure that every day you started it, it ran the same way. So Oki had all the kits ready, and I said, you know, Oki, help me, push in, get him done, and ship him the moment you get him ready.
Oki is Nick's nickname for Donnie Oak.
Sorry,
That's okay.
I keep pronouncing the E.
You've given him a new nickname. Now he's Oki.
Donnie Oak. There we go.
We love you, Oki.
For Nick, good enough is not good enough.
Amen. Chevy time. Brace yourself, guys.
Yes, this one belongs to George with the 66 Impala. He's got a second car. He's building a 68 Camaro. And this is a 396. It's a street car. It's a cruiser. And I just wanted to bring it up to 5,800 RPM. But we got valve flow at 52, 53. So what we're going to do is tomorrow, we're going to pressurize the cylinders with air. Then one by one, we change remove the valve space and add about a 30,000 shim. All I want to get is 10 to 15 pounds more. And that's it. Then put it back together, adjust all the rockers, put the plugs back in, do some further testing. Then after that, when that's done, everything goes good, we're going to work on Jeff's 360 stroke. We put it on. And like he said, Nick, I just want to see what kind of horsepower, what kind of torque it makes.
Chevys too, folks.
Yeah, and I want to show this on the door. This just came in. Did you see this, Robert?
I saw that on Instagram.
Every time I push that button, I always say, here we go. Check it out.
Nice. That's from our friends, the Schultzes.
This from Ontario. Here we go. You know, when I hit that button, here we go. Boom.
Something good always happens when you say, here we go, Nick.
I know, and you know, hopefully it goes well.
Here we go, flying to pieces.
Yes, that is correct.
Bye-bye, Chevy.
Chats. Let's see what we got as chats.
Yes, sir.
You know, a lot of guys were calling my shop a museum on Saturday. That was a new word. I didn't know that. You know that? Museum.
I call it a cathedral.
Cathedral, eh? Well, I wanted to know that people wanted to know that when I bought this shop 9 years ago, was it 9 years ago?
I think it's much more.
They were building organs for churches. This was not a garage that fixed cars. This was a big open area that we bought the place, we cleaned it out, and they were building organs for churches. So we took it, then we started building the room for the dyno. We built a small engine room, and of course we bought some lifts, and of course we fixed it up to work, make it a working shop. We started off as a regular shop, and now we turned it into more like a classic car, little museum, or whatever you want to call it. Okay.
And when we go up there in the rafters and hang up those flags, there's still the wooden dust from
Yes,
the old ordnance.
yes. Oh, that is something, eh? The dust is still on the beams.
But it's got a nice layer of
every
Hemi
time,
dust now.
every time I put a flag up, I get dusty, you know. Okay, what do we got here?
Say hello to everybody, folks.
I see Melissa's on board.
Thank
She's
you,
doing
Melissa.
good.
Thank you for your flawless moderation.
Louis Katz is on board. Everybody's on board. Okay, love it. And everybody says we have Ed's machines. Hello to everybody. Mac Franks. Here we go. Oh my God, look at this. Gene has it in St. Louis. Tim Butler. Gene has it in St. Louis. And we have Moose Man McGee. And you know we're winning well to get sneakers. Okay.
Glad the Moose Man made it this week.
Yeah.
He was sorry to have missed a couple.
What? Charger Dave, going to the wrong mechanics cost me $8,000 extra to fix the damage. Wow.
Not 800, Nick. 8,000.
8,000. Okay, 8,000. And we got Roadrunner, 426 Road. Hi, Nick and gang. Great show. Do you have much trouble the left side motor mounts coming apart in the cars? Yes, I do have that problem with the B engine, especially when it's a 4-speed car. So what I do is every engine I build, and when I put them in a car, I put a Schumacher polyurethane left side, driver's side, motor support or motor mount. Prevents it from breaking, which I do have on every car built, and especially on my Kowalski. Because you know what? The way the Chrysler designed them were very cheap.
Elvis King is asking, Nick, what is the size range over the parts counter? So on your front office.
Giant wrench. Of
Oh,
your-
it's 2-inch something. I forgot.
It's a great big pipe wrench
Yeah.
or something, isn't it?
I just saw something. Mark Hammer's on board too. And Devim Sanik from Michigan. Looking forward to seeing you at Carl again this year. I'm hoping to make it this year, you guys. Am I bringing my car? I'm not sure. Should I bring my Hemi engine on display?
Why not?
What would you bring?
Oh, yeah.
Would you bring the car or would you bring the Hemi engine?
Hemi.
The Hemi, yeah?
Yeah, you brought the car last year.
I bought the
so-
car last year. Maybe I'll bring the Hemi engine on display.
Everything that fits in the trailer.
And
We'll carry it by hand if you want us to, Nick.
oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Volunteer. We'll
I'm sure. Darren, how you doing, Darren?
We got to say hi to Mopar Mike, who missed last week. Sadly, his father passed away. Very sorry. for your
Condolences.
loss,
Yeah,
Mopar
Mike. My condolences to your dad.
We're glad you're back with us this week.
Yeah.
This is the first place I came after my dad passed away.
Yeah, glad you're back. Wow, here we go. Here's another Ruben Antivirus. Hi from El Paso. Wildcat engine good as a 66 Buick LeSabre. Yeah, they're good engines. Hi, Nick and crew. Another top show, guys, from New Zealand. Thank you, Blinky1.
Hey, thanks, Blinky.
Thanks.
Black Diamond, update, please. Black Diamond, I got the body shop to start working back on the car again because we need to get this car done, hopefully by the winter. Because you know what, we gotta assemble this car. I got a lot of parts right above this room here that belong to the Charger. I got air conditioning units. I got his differential, the Dyno 60. You got everything else. His heater box, his dashboard ready.
Yeah.
We just need the car,
Steering
George.
column
We We need the car.
The engine was on display at the barbecue, soaking up a lot of love from a lot of viewers. So
Yes.
It's ready to go.
And the engine's ready to go too. And the 4-speed is ready. I got it in storage right there in the cabinet.
Nick's ready to go. Robert's ready to go. I'm ready to start shooting.
Yes, sir.
No pressure body shop, but pressure.
Rick says, Nick, you should build a fully detailed slant 6 in turquoise on display next to the Hemi. You know, I just bought not long ago a bell housing for a 6-cylinder for the Dyno. I never did. And I've never built a 6-cylinder, and I don't have a 6-cylinder. Who knows, maybe one day we will.
My hand is in the air.
There it is.
Maybe Joyce will have her Slant 6 rebuilt one day.
That's right. And there we have Moses Hernandez watching from sunny California. You're lucky, man, sunny California. And there we have Darren says, hi, Nick. Boys, George, many can't remember the guys beside you, Nicholas. Well, it is George, many, I can't remember the guys beside you. Well, there's so many people, man, I don't know.
Yeah, where's
Michael
Manny
on.
tonight, Nick? I think Manny's daughter's doing a dance recital.
Yeah, probably. And Louis
Being a
Cat
good
says,
dad.
the Ciporaki Nikolaki. The Ciporaki, actually, we kind of finished it before the show. The Friday night before, we had a lot of visitors here, so the Ciporaki was gone. Thank you, Louis. Thank you.
It certainly warmed a
We
few
still have a little bit left for Eugene upstairs in the other bottle that belongs with Eugene's stuff. Yeah, Louis, I got some Ciporaki for Eugene when he gets here. We're still waiting on him.
Louis
Sherlock's
getting up
asking,
early.
where's Nico?
Nico's outside working on his MG midget, right?
Yeah.
They're changing they had the slave cylinder replaced.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
He's
They're learning,
discovering-
and you know, it's nice to see the new young generation working on it.
Yeah.
And they're on their own. That's great, man, that's great.
I've
Reminds
already
like
heard
that.
a few.
Hey,
Reminds me of me and my best friend when we did my car.
that's good, man, that's good. I like that when you guys do that on your own, that's good. Matthew Bork, hello guys from BC. Matthew, how you doing? Here's Matthew, that's the man with the orange CUDA.
Okay.
He's from BC.
Thanks for checking
Hi,
in,
Matt.
I'm looking clients. Anyways, this is my man, a 6-pack from a Chevy, fit a Mopa. If you turned it around, I think I see one on TV. No, I don't think a 6-pack from a Chevy would fit. Oh, you may be talking about the carburetors alone. No, it's possible. I think the fuel line was the opposite on the Chevy. Angelo at the party. Hey, James. Great to see your friend Angelo at the party. He surely look happy to be with you. True friend. Angelo's a diehard friend of mine. I've known Angelo all my life. And you know what? He went out of his way to come to the shop, and he came here, man. I got to give him lots of credit. Angelo, if you're watching, thank you for coming by at the party.
We love you, Angie.
We
And
love
he
you,
brought
buddy.
his beautiful family with him, too. It was so nice to see them all.
Yes. And we have here Michael West. Hello from Indiana. Bob DiMartino. Hi, Bob from Boston. Bob, is that you? I don't know, maybe. Keep up the good work, Nick and crew from Easy Nuts Restorations. Louis Katz. Okay. Minnesota checking in, Patrick. Thank you.
Hey, Minnesota.
Yes.
Joe Ferrucci is asking, Nick, did Charger 500 comes with the Hemi?
Yes, it did.
Yes.
It did.
They
were
made
very-
116.
There you go. There's your answer, guys. 116 units.
Wow. What
Okay.
do you guys not remember so that you can remember all this other stuff?
Well, you know what? We were born with that, so we know. We look at cars. How many did they make? You know, we always ask that question. You never forget the answer.
I love it.
James Robinson says, hey, Nick from Texas. I missed most of these lives due to work. I never miss watching your show. Keep up the awesome work. And you know what? Even though you missed the show, we leave it on our channel. Yes, you can watch it anytime after that.
But thanks for checking in tonight. We're glad you made it.
Wow. Can you catch up what's going on?
Yeah.
Can you see, eh?
it's coming
It's hard,
fast,
man. There's
you
so
know.
many
We do
going
our
on.
best, folks.
Oh my God! Hello from Maine. From Maine. Not far. Maine is just down here.
It's gorgeous.
There we got CW from North Carolina. You know where I gotta go? Eh? I gotta go to Charlotte.
Why,
Neil,
Nick?
if you're
Why?
watching, I want to come and see you, Neil. I want to come and see you.
Can't imagine why you'd want to go there. Is there a beach or something, Nick?
Oh, I remember. Sorry?
Is there a beach or something?
No, it's not a beach. It's something else. It's related to Kowalski.
I got a feeling.
Bob, the Oldsmobile 400 horsepower was a great episode. Yes, it was. I remember my client, we gave it up at 396, 397 horsepower. And my brother and I and the Pontiac brothers, the Melatanco brothers were here. And we fought. And my cousin goes, my customer, the Oldsmobile 350, was saying, Nick, it's good enough. But we fought, and we pulled out 402 horsepower on that 350. And it belonged to a Riley Rod 350. Tony and the boys. And he's got 3 of them. 3 of them. And we just killed it on the...
Cars.
Yeah, 3 of them. And they're only yellow from the factory. They only come yellow.
That was one of those days when you had 6 guys all working at once in the dyno room, all hands on.
We
deck.
hands on. We work as a big team, you guys. That's how we do it.
It's amazing to watch.
And then we got Mike Latina, hi from Buffalo, New York. Then we got View Medic 1. Don't forget to hit the like button. Yes, you guys, don't forget to hit the like button. And please subscribe to my channel, you guys. I want to hit the 250 by tomorrow.
That'd be nice.
250,000 subscribers. We're almost at 247.
Please double check. Sometimes YouTube
Doug.
unsubscribes, folks.
There you go. Doug, thank you very much, Doug. Greetings
Thanks,
from
Doug.
Westicom, Minnesota. Yes.
Beautiful Minnesota checking in tonight.
Yes, that's right. Have I tried? No, Bob, I never tried that one yet. Old Sergeant Love. Hey, Nick and George, is the Trans Am still in the shop? No. It just left this morning, actually, for the exhaust system that's getting done across the street at the David's place because it's a custom exhaust and, we have to do some flaring and this and that. And, of course, we have somebody who do that, and he's a specialist.
Custom on that car?
Yes,
You're
yes.
kidding.
Well, it's more like a Restomod Trans Am,
The whole car is custom.
It's a little bit out of my league, so I let David take care of the exhaust system. Oh, what's this here? Joel is asking, hey, hello, Nick, hello, Leo, hello, how's this charger running? Where's Leo?
Is Leo still out there? Bandit wants to say hi to Leo.
All I know is that he just got a whole bunch of new wiring from Evans, so I don't think his car's running yet.
No, I think he had an issue with the. He didn't have a spark, so he's trying to figure it out. And he was telling me the car is in storage, and he has another car in front of his, so we cannot get the car out. So he's working on that.
So there you have it. It's not running yet.
Don't give up.
Okay, but he'll get it done. He'll get it done. Okay, where's another one? Greetings from the Netherlands. Vin de Dutch. Greetings from Netherlands. Hey. And I was talking to Norbert. He wants to get the front bucket seats for a 70 Charger. It is a charcoal. I talked to Dante's at New Jersey that I want to get the seats for him. But you know what? Let me say something. I am looking for a houndstooth interior, black, white, for my 70 Challenger, but which is correct with the Kawasaki, which was a vinyl with a cloth center houndstooth, right?
Try to find a picture.
And yeah, find me a picture. And you know what? I wanna change the seat covers in my car to make it more authentic. But it's always back order for a year, and for a year. And I'm tired. If you guys know of anyone that has a houndstooth interior ready to sell or sitting on the shelf, I'll be more than pleased to buy it for a 70 Challenger with bucket seats. Black, which is called a salt and pepper shaker.
And we'll throw in a reward of an extra large box of Greek cookies if you can find one.
Oh, yeah. We have all kinds of Greek cookies here. Oh, there it is. You just had it. And by the way, if anybody has here we go. That's what I'm looking for right there.
It is.
I don't know if you see it good
Yeah,
there.
that looks great. Houndstooth interior.
Go a
folks.
little bit
Black on the
higher, go up
outside.
a little bit.
Houndstooth on the middle panels.
There it
Houndstooth is the name of the design, folks. It's kind of a...
Yeah, if you guys can have anybody who has that interior sitting around, doesn't want to use it, I'll be more than glad to buy it. So I could put it to my Challenger and, of course, make it 100% authentic Kawasaki.
You know, when you're sitting
Thank
in
you,
the seat, it looks just the same, though, because you cover it all up.
That's right. When you sit in it, you don't see it. But it is what it is. Kendall Short is on. Just came in from working on the 69 Dart. I'll probably be bringing this one to you to fix also. Laugh out loud. Hey, Kendall. Kendall from Detroit.
Nice.
That's the one with the leaky oil seal on the, what you call it? On the 383.
Leaky no more.
Leaky no more.
So Kendall is a happy man.
Yes, sir.
And what a nice guy. Eh?
He is, yeah. Every time he comes, he brings us cookies.
And
I can't catch
loaded
up, man.
cookies. They've got, like, caffeine in
They
them.
give you energy, too, right?
Yeah, he puts coffee in them.
Yeah. Pumps you up.
Mrs. Kendall
Pumps
does.
you up.
Amazing.
Oh, here we go. Legendary Interiors. I know, Darren. I know. I call Legendary. They tell me next year. They're telling me February, March for 2024. I don't want to wait that long. Come on.
I'm sure there must be someone out there that had a set of seats like that for a project, and they didn't complete the project, and they might sell those seat
That's
covers.
right.
So that's what Lick is asking for.
I can
That's
picture
right.
them. They're sitting in their original wrapper somewhere on a shelf, just
Maybe.
gathering dust, waiting for Nick to find them.
Florida Allen says, what about Tony's parts? You know what? I forgot about that. And I looked for it last year in Carlisle. Nobody had them in stock. I checked that. In Carlisle.
Tony's parts.
Yeah, nobody had them. Nobody had them. And I've also called on a few friends to look for it, and no luck. The band is asking, hey, Nick and Robert, it was great to see the Kowalski in the background. Here we go.
Here we go.
I just love my car. Don't get me wrong. I just love my car. Bosco, here's
We all
here's
love
the
your
machine.
car.
Yeah, you better.
Amen.
Countdown Dad, Nick, I'm happy you located a Hemi pan. Yes, sir. Thank you. Yes, I did. Here's Adam. Adam from New York. Yasu Nico. Northeast Challenge. Nice for absolute awesome time Saturday. Doc Challenger. Here we go, you guys. Check that out. Northeast Challenges. Here I am. I live in the Northeast. And what do I got here? 2 challenges. 2015 Hellcat and the Kowalski Special. Am I a challenger guy or what? Adam, thank you, Adam.
Sorry
And thank
about the
you.
smoke, Adam.
Thank you for everybody that came in.
Rock on.
Downhill Buick man, Dan, but we love Mopar from Ohio. Thank you, Dan. Okay, Louis Cat, 7,019 for this Hemi short block sold at Meckham this week. $7,000 for a short block at Meckham. Wow.
George, you might be able to answer that one. What was the band's name that was at your show?
Back roads.
Back roads.
Back roads.
Back roads. That's right.
But apparently, we asked if they'd like any sort of plugs. They are not for hire. We were very lucky to get them.
Yeah, they just came for us. Cool, eh?
The singer came today, yeah? He paid a
Sam,
visit.
yes, sir.
Those guys kicked ass.
They did. They
Pardon
did
my
it.
language.
They put on a great show, let me tell you.
Old guys can still kick it.
We had a great time, eh? You guys, what do you think?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, especially for
Hey,
someone like
thanks,
me.
Kent. Kent
Especially
says,
for me,
hey,
that's
Robert, you have a nice
musically
challenger
influenced
too, dude.
With automotive,
You say?
had the best of both worlds there.
Yeah.
Right on.
Was. Sorry, Robert, what were we saying?
Kent Hawkins is saying,
Hey, Robert. Yes, you do. The purple one.
yeah, I love my challenger.
You guys, Renee from Quebec made a video on our show here at the barbecue. It's called RPM Passion. Check it out. There's no words, it's just music, and you see most of the cars in the show. The guy filmed the shop. The only place he forgot to go is in the Dyno room.
Yeah.
But
It was hard to get in there, Nick.
I know it was a lineup to get into the dyno. But anyways, you guys check out Renee. Actually, it's called RPM Passion. It's a
RPM
French site. Check it out, you guys. He's got a nice video in the shop.
I believe it's also on YouTube. You can search RPM Passion and Nick's Garage. You should hit it.
That's right.
View on the Lake has an interesting comment for you.
Try SMS Auto Fabrics. I think I did.
Okay.
For Ivan. SMS. I think I tried them last year. I'm not sure. But I'll check them out. Okay, I'll remember. I know SMS. I know them.
Okay.
I'll
Thanks
do
for
that.
the suggestion. I knew these guys would come up with them.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I want it. I'll buy it. I want to do it. And you know what? I don't even have to tear apart these seats. I got another set of seats, bucket seats, and a back seat to do.
Oh, so you can just switch them out.
Yeah.
I was going to say it'd be a shame to ruin the beautiful work that Ivan did on these sets.
Doug is asking me here, how's the Vanishing Point shirt I gave you at Carlisle? It's upstairs. I should be wearing it. You know why?
You've got a collection of shirts.
I have a collection of shirts upstairs.
I think it's the one you showed me yesterday.
Yeah, that's the one.
the one
Yeah,
you
it's a
showed me
Kowalski shirt. That was given to me.
There you go.
And there's the man right there. Where is he?
Being shown off.
Yeah. There's so many shirts for me to wear. I mean, this was given to me. My wife freaks out how many shirts I bring home. She says, how many shirts you got? There's some that are way too big. There's some way too small.
Nick, do you want to tell the story about the very nice shirt you were wearing at the barbecue?
Oh, you mean my jacket?
That gorgeous designer jacket that your wife gave you for the
You know,
barbecue.
and you know what? Every time I get into the dyno and you have an engine running, when you lean over with a jacket or a t-shirt or a shirt, I always forget that I lean over and I touch the headers. And then it's burnt. It's burnt. It burns. It burns. And then for a few seconds, that Saturday I had the engine running, only for a few seconds. I leaned over and suddenly I go, wait a minute, I'm wearing the most expensive jacket on me. And I'm leaning over on the engine and I just noticed, hey, Nick, Thank God it wasn't that hot. I backed off right away. I realized it within the last second, within a few seconds.
And Sula was here, so you would have heard about it
Oh
right
yeah,
away.
my
if
wife
you'd heard
would
about
have.
that one.
She would have freaked. What are you doing in the dining room with that jacket? And she gave it to me as a gift. I can't, you know.
That's beautiful. Thank
Imagine
you.
you go home. He goes, "Look at this. I burnt your jacket."
Oh dear.
Anyways,
It will be the first designer jacket with speed holes like the Buicks used to have on the hood.
yeah. Keith Harris says hello from Nebraska. Thank
Hey,
you, Keith.
Nebraska.
Honest American. Okay. Nicholas and Nick, what do you think about the Black Ghost Challenger?
Oh,
Nah, I'm not gonna
step in
say.
that one?
I'm not gonna say anything.
We're watching the.
All I know is I'm
we're
gonna say
watching-
something. I'm gonna say something. Okay. I've been to Detroit in the '70s. Okay. I don't know why they call this the Black Ghost, but I know one thing. I've known who the top guns were in Detroit. In the mid '70s, I was there practically every few weeks buying parts in Detroit, and I knew who the racers were. There were a few guys in street racing, and the Black Challenger, the Ghost, was never heard of. Never. And the guys I spoke to were all serious, diehard racers. We sat down, we're at the speed shops, Grotto Auto Supply. You know, I went to Jack Rush there. I met a few people. I was with my brothers and a few friends, you know, weekend after weekend. You know, for us, it's a six and a half hour drive from Montreal to Detroit. You know, you cross the Ambassador Bridge, Lincoln Tunnel, and you get into Detroit. And I know I met some of the racers, and buying magazines. Back then, I used to buy every magazine on the muscle cars, street racing, whatever. But I never heard of the Black Ghost. So that's my opinion. That's all I got to say.
But you're not going to say anything, right, Nick?
I'm not going to say anything. But I know, like, we were the,
Wow.
when it came to Montreal, we were the, what you call the terrorizers with our 71 Hemi Cuda. And if you come to Montreal, you ask anybody who was in the street scenes, everybody knows me, my brother, my cars, and the Hemi Cuda was the one to beat. And that's the truth. So you want to call me the Ghost? Call me the Ghost, call me whatever you want, but I wasn't the Ghost. Everybody knew me very well.
You didn't vanish.
And we had our own gang, and our gangs were the East End, the West End, Center, Montreal, back in the West Island of Montreal, whatever. But there's a lot of history there. If you guys ever come here, sit down, have a coffee with us, then we'll go through the whole thing.
Hey Georgie, if we viewers think that Nick is a great mechanic, which he is, he's also a great storyteller.
Oh, amen.
I have a lot of stories, but, you know, it's a lot of history. You know, I've been playing and doing this for 52 years. It all started, I'm going to tell you something, thinking out of the box. It started when I went to a trade school. Okay, listen to this, Robbie. I went to a trade school, and they give you an engine to take apart. Now, this engine was taken apart 100 times. And I told the teacher, we were, 26 students. I told the teacher, we're going to take apart an engine that has been taken apart 100 times. But the real world was taking an engine apart that was never taken apart. So what we did, my friend Spiro and I, we went to a boneyard, junkyard, recycling yard, call it what you want. We picked up an old Chevy 350 engine, brought it to school, and we had to fight rust, dirt, and grime to take apart the engine. And that's the real world. And then my teacher tells me, you're the first guy to do that. And that's how I work in my life. I always think out of the box. I try to do things different. And that's who I am.
Right on.
Thank you.
Perfect mantra.
Rest in peace, Spiro.
Yeah, my friend Spiro says, Nick, it's a good idea. I'll buy it with you. So Spiro and I, since he owned the van, took the van. We went to Jack's Auto Scrap on Industrial Boulevard. We paid $100 for a 350 Chevy engine that was running, but it was roughed up. We bought it, brought it to school. School told me, if we buy the parts, the engine stays with the school. It was okay with me. Engine could stay with the school. But as long as I took apart an engine that was never taken apart and you see the real world.
I wonder if that 350 got taken apart 100 times after.
I don't know. That I don't know. After the year, I spent 11 months at that school, and after that, the engine was running on a stand and ran beautiful after we built it. After that, I was gone.
And yes, he was top of his class, folks.
I was pretty good there. Yes, I was.
He wasn't a class clown.
The Black Ghost was a policeman who loved street racing. Yes, that's true. I believe that. Here, we were the Green Goblin. You were the Green Goblin. That's a new one. I never knew that one.
The meanie greenie.
Yeah, Nick said Black Ghost is, well, call it what you want. I'll just tell you what I think. Blade Runner. Panaritis was known as the back in the day, Nick. Panaritis was known. Yeah, that's true. Panaritis, true. We were known as the Panaritis brothers or the Hemi brothers. And now we're four brothers. And they still call us the Dodge Brothers because we all own a Dodge product in our name, all of us. We're 4 brothers. We grew up with Dodge, and we all have the same passion. We've raced Dodge. We've owned Dodges. We tow Dodges. We own tow trucks. I mean, tow trucks. Our pickups, those are all Dodges, and we are the Dodge Brothers. Today's Dodge Brothers.
And you've passed it on to the next generation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? A lot of people asking me MOPAR. You know what MOPAR stands for? Members of Paneritis Auto Racing. There you have it.
That's the unofficial.
Tell that to Chrysler. All
Please
right.
tell that to Chrysler. Come
Yes.
on, Chrysler. Here's your chance. Nick, just to let you know, you've been going nearly an hour and a half.
I know.
And your beautiful family's waiting for you at
I
home
know.
after a long week.
Look at this one. Hans is sure. Nick's gangsta.
Thanks, Hank.
Don holds $2. Love my final morning class was stuck in the turned it out to be a lock washer and was stuck in the flex plate. Wow.
Oh, dear.
Joe Ferrucci. Nick, I would like to meet you and all with your knowledge. Well, you know what, you guys, you can always come to my shop, ask me any questions you want. I'm always here most of the time, and you know, we have a lot of visitors. We get a lot of phone calls. I'm trying to catch up on comments, you guys. I'm going to try. I can't guarantee you. It's not easy. I finished late. It's hard to find a staff. You know, I've got you every Friday, Saturday helping me out, and Manny and whoever, and it's hard. So we got some cars to deliver, and we have a lot of cars to come in the future, so we're going to take them one at a time and do the best we can. And in the meantime, I wanted to thank everybody for watching us here tonight, George, and you know, I also want to thank all the viewers that came in from out of town to our party, and all the gifts that came in the mail time. Also, the people that came in person. I want to thank everybody for coming, having a good time, shaking my hand, and it's nice to see viewers that you never see, and then they come in person and they give you their name, and you go, "Yeah, I read that name in the comment," and it's nothing more pleasant than that. So,
Hear, hear.
you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, press the like button, and thank you all. And of course, our Patreon supporters and all, and Melissa. Thank you.
He remembered you this week, Melissa.
I did. I had her in my mind. I had her in my mind because I keep forgetting. I know.
Nice.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Till
Love
next
you.
time. Thank you.
Have a great week. See you
Okay.
Monday.
See you
Bye-bye.
Monday. Check.